Hey, this is Brimster, and this is Lafayette, and this should be the session where, if all goes well, I unlock empowered monoliths. And hopefully that will mean I can start, I don't know, doing the content that the developers seem to think is the only content in the game. We'll find out. There's only one blessing I don't have. Some of these are terrible. But once I'm doing empowered, I should be able to get better. Let's push for some more gold. Gold is good. Gold, 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 gold. Waves of enemies. Interesting lag. Don't know if that was my PC, my brain, or the game. There's absolutely no mini-map at all. But there is actually sections to the map, so there's something going on there. I mean, I said before, I've never played a spin to win build in any ARPG before. And I was wondering whether with the next Diablo 3 season, whether I wanted to give it a try. I can't remember, is it a barbarian or something? I can't remember. Gold is going up slowly. It's just not clear what from the... So the gloves, I mean, what it says I want on things is melee attack speed, great. Strength, I don't get, but okay. Health, hybrid health, which I don't have, and shred armor. And with all the gloves I get... No. Don't care about rings, but I also don't care about scepters, so... Ah, Heliopolis. That's a lot of items that are just garbage. How are you? I'm glad you have been. I, I've been feeling a bit weird about them, I have to admit. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. I'm trying to understand sort of what it is. I've definitely been trying to understand what it is about the game that there was something that dropped. I think it was that which had +2 to anomaly, which endurance, dodge. That's good. Now, what would I lose? I would lose a crap ton of armor. I don't think that's the helm I want to get it from. I definitely want plus on anomaly on something. But for now, I'm doing okay. Oh, that's a shame.
Stand down or die.
It's a winged helm like this that I want to be able to put it on. With sort of hybrid health and anomaly is what I'm after. A helm with hybrid health and anomaly would be great. Yeah, playing this together with someone I think would be absolutely stunning. It'd be a lot of fun. As an ARPG goes, I think the low-level stuff is really one of the tightest I've seen. Like, the low level of this is probably the best it's probably the best I've ever played. The mid-level, sort of approaching end game, there's... I think the biggest problem is, and I've said it before, is I feel that the game pushes you higher and starts kind of fairly quickly making it feel as if the at-level content is wrong, but at the same time it's doing that, it's not presenting most builds with the options to stay where they are. And I think that's pressure from streamers who are trying to push and as I said in my previous stream, which I don't know if you've seen, and it doesn't matter if you have or you haven't, things like Max Roll, who are releasing guides, and like the guild, the one I'm playing right now, has which is good. The build I'm playing at the moment, where it turns around and says this build is viable from level 70 onwards, but it uses a skill that if you follow their build, you don't get until level 83. They've basically built all of these level 70 builds using a level 100 character, and they just don't care. They assume the people who are making the builds that the developers are tuning the game around have all got level 100 characters that they're using to make the builds, and it's not working. There is just problems there. But I'm glad you can enjoy the game vicariously. My goal this session is to get to and then try some level 100 empowered echoes. And probably get my ass handed to because everything will ramp up there. I would like it if the prophecy system was significantly improved. I don't know about Merchant's Guild. I'm not going to talk to it because I think Merchant's Guild is definitely tuned for players with hundreds of hours in the game. So, and who are prepared to, again, make it a lifestyle choice, because you need to not only understand your own build, but what is going to be powerful for every other build, so what is going to be valuable to sell. And that just strikes me as ridiculously uncomfortable. Like, the amount of work that would go into making Merchant's Guild even vaguely viable. There really doesn't seem to be. Though, I think you could have a lot of fun in this game. Just spending a few hours leveling up. Like, you could play 20 hours, level up your character to sort of the end of, like, close to where I am now. Finish the normal echoes, get your blessings, maybe push on a little bit, and then roll another character and do it again. Particularly if you're playing with someone else, where you could turn around and say, let's do a combo. Like, there are 15 classes in the game, and each class has, like, dozens of different viable builds. So turn around and say, you know, I'm going to play a Warpath Void Knight, and, you know, you play a Blade Master, a Rogue, see if that's a fun combo. It's like, okay, so we've done that, now we swap, or now I'm going to play a Rune Master Sorcerer, and you're going to play a Druid, or whatever, and you just keep mixing things up. And you just don't worry too much about the hardcore end game. You just play through the story and kill stuff and try the different combos. And I think there's a huge amount of gameplay there. And I think that could be incredibly solid. But they've definitely tuned a lot of their end game systems around huge amounts of time investment. And one of the things they advertise with this game is, oh, more casual friendly. But I've been playing for 10 hours to move this bar from here to here, which is silly considering this gets slower. This is not linear. So this took almost no time. This took, it's not quite twice as long. Like, this took 3 times as long. This took 3 times as long as all of this. This took 3 times as long as all of this. And this has been, so this is going to take me, I reckon, about 12 hours. And this is going to then take about 36, and then this is going to take about 100, and then this is going to take... It's now, there may be something, a scaling factor or something I don't understand, but one of the top speed players in the world took 40 hours to get to level 9, and he is literally a hardcore speed pusher who has no downtime. Like, he played straight, like absolute hardcore straight, no pausing. And he could not finish it clearly. So it is absolutely a huge rush. Actually, I think I got one of those earlier. Now that's hybrid health, which I absolutely want. It's only tier 2, so I'm just going to shatter it and hope. Didn't get it. That's fine. Now there was something else that had... That is not going to be an upgrade sword. That is just not. I'm just going to drop that. And that is not going to be an upgrade sword. So, I am a little... but don't get me wrong, the game is incredibly fun, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I just think their upgrade path is not as clear and well defined as they think it is, and I think they've done a lot of game tuning around people who have been playing on the same account for years, and then they've taken it into a season system. So you know, they expect everyone to reset every 3 months, but which is fine. I actually quite like that as a concept, but if you're not on their 3-month schedule, they're really telling... The thing I have with seasons, and this is always something I find really funny, is if someone discovers their game halfway through a season, then what they're basically saying is, now's not the time for you to start playing that game. Game is really, really popular. Season 1 just started. The game has just been released. All the hype is really big, but you're halfway through the season, so you probably shouldn't start playing it now. Go play something else. And if you really like that other thing you played, don't come back because you found something better. Which is a really weird advertising system. Telling people that now is not the time to play our game is just weird to me. I have to admit, I've never really understood it. So on this belt, it's basically armor. And what I want is lots of health. Wow, that rolled bad on armor. Actually, what I should have done, and this was a mistake, that's going to fail. I've bricked that item. Make it go away so I never look at it again. Okay, so... I really need to clear this out as well. Now. No, that's already a brick. Bye-bye. Let's run something. Gold! Which is fine if you're enjoying the... If you're enjoying the content, then you're golden. Okay. I thought all the mobs were dead. Whatever. The one thing I can definitely recommend is do not play hardcore in this game, because while there'll be a lot of people who say hardcore is just the only way to play, you can literally have all the, like what happened there. I killed all the mobs and everything. I assume I had a dot on me or something, which means that as soon as I stopped spinning, I was just instantly dead. But yeah, and this is definitely one of the things that I was saying before, is you get an upgrade and you may get the absolute best item that you've ever seen, but putting that item on means that you can no longer play the game because you lose the defenses. So, and I find that an absolute weird concept. It's like, congratulations, here is the best item in the game for the build that you're playing. You can't use it. The minute you put it on, we're just going to chain kill you. Is just a weird game concept. I can't move. You notice I can't move up there while spinning. I can move up there while not spinning, but as soon as I start spinning, I move off. There's lots of little bugs like that, which is unfortunate.
Stand down or die.
But yeah, cannot move up there while spinning. Stop spinning, I can move up there. Start spinning, even with my mouse up there, I start moving off. So there's certain locations you can't go to if you're playing certain builds. So there's all sorts of weird issues like that that they've designed, which basically only really come in if you're pushing endgame. So I think the game is really nice for, like, you'll get your money's worth out of it. Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I think it's really good, but I think the developers are pouring 80% of the work into literally 2% of the player base, the streamers, the very, very popular streamers, which is probably less than like 0.001% of the player base. But that's where they're putting their efforts, which is always going to be the way, I suppose. Eight Weaver's Will on a belt. What does that hit? Stats on this item are doubled for 1 second after using a potion. Okay. 1 potion slot per equipped Weaver item. Eh. Increased armor. Eh. But it's got Weaver's Will on it. So I'm wearing this mostly for armor. I need a better belt. I just need a better belt. I think it's because those influential players are good advertising. And advertising is keeping the advertising players happy. Like, if those players are doing stuff that looks awesome, the game looks better than it actually is. And if you keep them happy, they will play longer, and that is effectively free advertising. So it's all about keeping your game in the zeitgeist for as long as possible. So keeping it front and center in the opinion, people making YouTube videos about it, people playing it on Twitch for as long as possible, and making adjustments to make that stuff better rather than actually improve the game for the majority of the players. Helldivers 2, which is another game I've been playing a bit recently, just not on stream because I am never going to be good at that game, and it's stressing me out playing it where people can't see me apart from the people on my squad. I cannot imagine playing that game on stream. I think I would hate myself, particularly with the biases that have been coming out on that game. I just, yeah, I would hate myself playing that on stream. Maybe, but I think by then it will be too late. Their game will be boxed in. Profane Brass Amulet has necrotic penetration. How many ranks of it? 4. I absolutely want that. Thank you. Actually, that was it was the Void Pen I wanted. So it was 2 Void Pen. I got it on the first thing. I just wasted it, but whatever. It was the Void Penetration I wanted. And I think I've already upgraded that to Tier 5 Void Pen. No, I haven't. Now, where is my Void Pen in that role? I'm at maximum Void Pen, so I want a Glyph of Order, and then I want to upgrade my Void Penetration, so I am still at maximum Void Pen. Ta-da! The problems I've had with Helldivers, and don't get me wrong, I never played the original Helldivers, is, I mean, the recent announcement that mobs that take 20 shots to kill, if you're playing in a squad with PC players, the minute a PlayStation player joins your squad, those mobs take 2 shots to kill. That was an interesting thing to learn. Thanks, Sony. Just the lethality of it. But the biggest problem I have with Helldivers 2, I love the concept of the game, I really do, even though I am always going to be terrible at it, is they recently released their first balance patch, and what they did is they grabbed the most outperforming weapon that the top tier players were using to effectively destroy the content, and they nerfed those weapons into the ground. The problem is, those were the weapons that most of the low-level and mid-level players were using to be able to actually beat the content. But because they were the weapons that the most powerful players, the most skilled players were using to destroy the content and make it look trivial, and those are the people who were streaming and recording and doing all that for the game looked too easy. So what they were doing is they made it that because those players were making the game look too easy, they needed to nerf those weapons, which made the game impossible for the vast majority of your players. They tuned for the top 5%. Which means for the, say, 60% in the middle, not your top 20%, not your bottom 20%, those players just lost their ability to play anything other than the easy to medium difficulties. And that's been the general feedback. And the game companies only care about the top 20% of their players in skill level and time base. So basically, if you are not prepared, it really looks like, and I wish I'd known it, like if they'd released that patch 3 days earlier, I wouldn't have bought the game, because it was very, very clear from every statement that came out from that, if you are not prepared to dedicate 20 plus hours a week to this game, we don't want you. And I'm not. I'm not prepared to dedicate that. do I want to do a Shade of Oribus? Just before the boss, just before I leave? Let's say no. Because this could be the last echo I do before I do the boss and then never come back to normal echoes if all goes well. But I'm expecting what happened last time will happen again, which is I will go into Nightmare Echoes and then find out that even though that's the content that drops the items I need to upgrade, I don't have the items I need in order to do the content. But I could be wrong because I'm using a predefined, basically a build that was put together by people with 6,000 hours in the game. The problem I had last time was I was playing a build that I put together mostly for fun, based on a powerful build, and it meant that I couldn't get the gear that I needed to be able to upgrade the build. And it just... this perpetual cycle of... I mean, it's the same argument I have in the puzzle track, which is, who are you designing your puzzles for? Are you designing your puzzles for... only for people that you know? Like, if the game developers are only designing the game to be played by the other people in the development team, then that's fine. Do what you want. But if you're selling the game on Steam, the non-polished builds are viable for about 20 hours. After that, you really need to refine. No worries. Have a good one. Oh, man. I wish I had that ability on one of those. Let's do the final 2 chapters.
Traveler?
Elder Gaspar didn't just neglect his duties, he brought the void in intentionally. He betrayed us. With the entrances destroyed, there's no way into the council chambers, unless... Elder Ezra said he was going to save his ledgers from the last archive. If he isn't dead or gone, he might be able to get you into the council chambers. At the very least, can you check it out?
You have my trust.
I have your trust? Where did it drop? And I wonder if they removed the beer and the milk from the game. Because I saw a beer once while I was playing through at on the early access. Having to turn off all my defenses to pick up items is definitely a death sentence. This is definitely not a hardcore build. Find Elder Ezra. Hey Ezra, where's you hiding? Because I'm gonna come and give you a hiding. Dead end. Keep
You there, help me.
What's the plan? Keep the void creatures up here. Okay.
Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
I think gold pickup radius would be better to be slightly larger as well.
Go on then. Bah.
I'm going to try and shatter that and see if I can get the Abyssal Echoes. I did, because that'll allow me to do some reforging. But it's the wrong hat, sort of. I want a winged hat, really. Now these are the gloves I want. But they are exactly the wrong stats. Void res is something I don't need, but I could lose the void res from somewhere else. Where am I getting my void res from? There, partially. "31 forging potentials, not bad. But all the stats are wrong. Just all of the stats are wrong. No. Wish me luck. This is a boss.
Lost refuge is gone and iron water is left. Die. My magic has no
Okay, this is a problem.
perish. One, it is hopeless.
I can't cast any of my abilities.
Burn, wretches.
I'm pushing Q and nothing is happening.
Wretches. My magic has no equal. Perish. Brave. Hopeless. Wretches. No we can choose before. Burn, wretches. Burn, wretches. Burn, wretches. My magic has no equal. Perish. White blood, it is hopeless.
Got you.
I leave over.
And here is the moment. Bam. Fall of the Empire. Okay, the one I want to do is the one at the bottom, because it's the one I haven't done in the longest. I'm also the kind of player, and there's a lot of us like this, so turning around and saying, this is your perfect path and you should follow this perfect path. There's a lot of players like me who like to be, like, completionist. So the one I kind of want to do first is always going to be Fall of the Outcasts. Now, this is, of course, assuming I can actually pull this off. Because there's no guarantees. These low-level mobs are plowing through me a lot easier than going okay so far. I haven't caught anything ridiculously bad yet. Okay. Cool. Torch of the Pontifex. No, I'm just going to put that belt on. I will go through and I'm going to clear a lot of this stuff out at some point. I have a lot of sorting to do. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. I can't stop in this level to actually do it though, so I have to just keep fighting. So I got something on the belt which was dodge rating, which isn't great but not terrible. Shards! Money, 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 money makes the world go round. Okay. Mythical wielding a mace. That is not going to happen. Attunement, vitality, physical resistance, don't care. Necrotic, physical, strict vitality, don't care. Yeah, I mean, when I say early game, I mean not end game. You will get basically as far as I've got here, and probably a little further. And then you really need to put effort into polishing your build, because you need all of those synergies and everything to stack up. I just keep getting more dodge rating, which I suppose doesn't suck, but it's not what I'm after. More dodge, more dodge. And the thing is, you can make any build viable, and if you're really good at designing builds, I think you could actually like find the synergies and make it work. I'm not really good at designing builds. There are always impacts and everything to the way they work. Ooh, added an affix. Hybrid health! It added hybrid health. Please keep increasing hybrid health. Please keep increasing. Oh my lord. I mean, the longevity of the game also comes from the fact that there are literally hundreds of playable builds, which most games don't give you. Which is why I would recommend this over almost any other ARPG. I still think Diablo 3 is amazing. But Diablo 3 is definitely much more my style of ARPG. But I'm enjoying this more than Diablo 3 right now, because I already have thousands of hours in Diablo 3 over a decade. Let's see if I can pull this up, shall we? I think for the $35 price tag, you will get more entertainment value out of this game than most games, if you like ARPGs, than most games I've seen in quite a long time. Like, would I recommend this game over Diablo 4? Oh god, yes. Would I recommend this game over Diablo 3? Yeah, I would. I would. Which I don't like doing because I love Diablo 3 so much, but I would recommend this game over Diablo 3. Now, I'm curious how fast this is progressing now, because I've completed a few prophecies in here. Don't need a bow, but yeah, the combat, it could be smoother, I will admit. I think there's definitely some smoothness issues. Some of the traversal skills and everything don't have the smoothness to them that I think they probably should. But I think overall, they're good. That was a lot of Glyphs of Chaos. So I obviously did oh, that's right, I did a prophecy that was going to drop a lot of Glyphs of Chaos. So I got a lot of Glyphs of Chaos. I would like it if the prophecies were easier to select, had more repeats on them, and gave you better progress. So you could turn around and pick them up and say, okay, killing an exiled mage, your next 10 exiled mage kills are going to give you a couple of extra runes of shattering, would be good, rather than your next exiled mage thing is going to... it just feels a bit weird. You feel disconnected from your prophecies because you don't look at them. They're not something for you to progress. You pick them up thinking, oh, this might trigger at some point. They feel back end. And they've built this really pretty UI into the system.
Stand down or die.
Which has the problem that is a rogue bow. I really need to clean all this up. Forlorn streets! The streets, they are forlorn. I should spend my skill point. It added an effect. No, you were supposed to increase hybrid health. You give me the best stat in the game and then... Mana regen. You... Mana regen? Are you kidding me? Stupid Weaver. Dodge was like, whatever. Hybrid health was like, yeah, it's, and then it was like, you. I mean, I'm a critic by nature. I just am. And much more of my own stuff than I am of anyone else's. There's a reason I stopped writing role-playing games, is because I just... While other people were finding massive joy in them, I just couldn't, because I just kept seeing all the flaws. And that's a problem with me. Absolutely it is. But... this feels like it's progressing a little faster now. But that's probably because I completed a lot of prophecies. You're supposed to push out towards the Shade of Oribus, but you really don't find the Shade of Oribus very often. Like, how far out do I have to go to find the Shade of Oribus? Because when you do the Shade of Oribus, the whole thing resets. But I think I picked up the Death of Diamond Matrons as one of my first prophecies. And I haven't seen one. So picking up a prophecy and then sitting on it forever because it never gives you the mobs. Now maybe I'm looking in the wrong place, but I thought it was in monoliths. But this would be a great one if you had a bunch of Imperial Watcher prophecies, because I've killed how many of them? But when I had Imperial Watcher prophecies, I didn't see Imperial Watchers for ages. I completed the Imperial Watcher prophecy that I've been sitting on for a heap of these, finally only like a couple ago, and now I'm getting ones with heaps of Imperial Watchers. So it's very much like you have the prophecy so you don't get the mobs you need very often. It feels the way it's tuned. It's only got a tier 1, so I wasn't going to rip. They didn't really. They made the lighting with 1.0. They made the lighting sort of more realistic, which I have found it harder to see stuff. And there's no adjustment for the contrast at all. So in certain fights, the big one still being Lagon, I can't see a thing. So I've got to dodge a whole bunch of effects that I cannot see. And at this point, it is absolutely by design. So when I get to that fight again, I don't know. It's a luck fight. So there is definitely there's definitely one boss fight in this game that is absolutely a luck fight. And which is another reason you do not play hardcore. There's no, like, people are saying you've got to watch for, like, if he lifts his head back and tilts it to the left, it means this. If he lifts his head back and, like, lifts up an arm, he does that. But he is dark blue against a dark blue background with a lot of white effects while you're looking for dodging white effects on a light grey effect while he's doing light grey effects that you need to dodge while there's white lightning storms that cause your whole screen to flash. Unless your eyesight is perfect, you are going to miss some of those communications. And if you miss one of them, you're dead. So it's a luck fight. It's either have absolutely perfect vision, be in your early 20s or whatever, or it's a luck fight. So it's a luck fight. That one is just better, isn't it? It is. That one can go away. That can go away. That can go away. Yeah. It is very much a case of be 15 plus years younger than I am is the design mechanic of most games, really. Game developers never think they're going to be the old person who can't play games. I don't know what they think their hobby is going to be when they retire. But I think they think they're never going to grow old. And maybe that's why they don't care what happens to the world they live in. I mean, I'm the epitome of someone who should be voting for the world to end in 20 years' time. I don't have kids. I don't really have a extended family. I have health issues. Literally, I have no future stake in this planet whatsoever. But I still think we should be voting and working to preserve it for future generations. And yet I see people with like lots of kids and stuff who are voting to make sure the planet is unlivable and everything. And where this came from is so many game developers who, I mean, I speak to them at PAX and I ask questions along the lines of, so how many people over the age of 50 did you get to test your game? And their response is always, and I mean always, not our target audience. It's like, so what games are you going to play when you're over 50? No. And they just don't even... There's just no registering of this actually applies to them. They're not over 50 now, so games for people with old people issues is not going to be something they have to face. It's like... It's why I constantly fight for accessibility issues, and it really became a thing for me when my father was locked out of almost every hobby he had from his entire life. As he got older, as his vision got worse, he always had poor vision, but his vision got worse and worse and worse. And as his hands started to change, and every hobby he'd had for his whole life, like he was a photographer, he was a gamer, and everything just went away to the point where I'd never seen anyone so lost. Oh, I keep forgetting to spend my passive point. 4th point in Blade Master. And I don't say that games should exclusively be for... Like, I think I've rarely said that everything... Like, there should be games that don't have... Not every game needs to be fully accessible. but putting in some effort, I think, is good. And honestly, in a game like this, what is the risk of adding accessibility options if it makes the game, easier? It's like, people who don't have accessibility options will turn them on to make the game easier. To which my response is, so what? If you were to turn around to people with vision issues or handshaking issues or whatever and say, what we're going to do is we're going to say, if you turn on these accessibility issues, you will never be able to compete for the ladder slots. So all of the ladder and position on the ladder and everything, you will never be in any of those position ladders. I pretty much guarantee you 95% or more of them would turn around and go, okay. They would just turn around and say, I'm happy to never compete in the ladder if I can actually play the game. This is an acceptable compromise to me. I remember there were a lot of early games in the early 2000s where it was a case of, if you turn on these cheat modes, you can't get achievements. So if you use this mode that makes, this easier, the lower the health of the enemies mode or anything like this, you do not earn achievements, or they had different achievements at different difficulty levels. Great, do it. If there was an option in this that increased the contrast or lowered the, increased the reward versus difficulty or anything, or had any of these accessibility options, but this will make the push easier, so we're going to remove you from the ladder, I turn it on in a heartbeat. Because I just want to have fun in the game. I don't care about my position in the ladder. And people who do, they can do what they want. It's the same as me turning off the timer in puzzles. I don't care about the competition. The only person I want to compete against is me. And the only measure I want to have with that is fun. If I'm failing over and over and over again because of an issue I can't control, that's not fun. There used to be, but because people considered them to be cheats, they've all been blocked and shut down. Microsoft used to have a heap of accessibility options built into Windows, and they all got removed. One of the prime examples is there used to be accessibility options in Teams. New Teams, which is being force rolled out over the previous month and the next couple of months to all regions, has those accessibility options severely restricted. We have one person in my workplace who suffers from basically a visual distraction issue, where their brain, when they struggle a lot, because whenever there is, they could never play a game like this, and they don't play games like this. They actually solve pencil puzzles. Pencil puzzles is one of their favourite hobbies. They're not in the pencil puzzle community because they find the people in it so toxic. But whenever there is something moving on screen, their brain cannot actually process other data on the screen. Because their brain is just 100% fixated on the thing that is moving on the screen. They don't have to read it or anything, but it just draws their attention to such a high level that it is just, imagine having like just if they were trying to read text here, like I'm looking at my screen, and if they on the right side of my screen, if they were trying to read text, they couldn't because of the spinning orange thing. The spinning orange thing would be enough that they couldn't read text on the right side of the screen. In Teams, in the original Teams, there was an option to have all of the little emotes and stuff not be animated. They've removed that from new Teams. So in new Teams, there are always going to be things that are animated and pinging and moving. They have to run the internet with an ad blocker. And the way they mostly do the internet is, and they're an internet technician, the way they mostly do the internet is through screen readers, because they can't actually, unless they copy the text off a page, read most pages, because all of the moving ads and everything means they can't read anything. A lot of people have stuff like this to a small degree, which is what ads work, because people will see ads and their brain will be drawn to it. But some people have it to such a degree that they can't actually focus on anything else. And with new Teams, this person is trying to decide whether they are actually unable to function in a job that they've had for nearly 30 years. Because the main communication tool we have in our office is Teams, and they can't use it. Minion health. Good God. So, right gloves finally get legendary. Man, and it's even got good stats. Well, okay stats in the other ones. Minion health. I ended up with 2 ranks of hybrid health. That's a lot of poison resistance. The rest of it is dog shit. I do need to go through and sort all of this stuff. Yeah, if it had been hybrid health, that would have been very nice. Let's head towards this. I'm getting some gold now, so obviously coming to this level helps with the gold.
Stand down or die.
So this is where obviously the developers have tuned the game for, these level 100 echoes. can't pick up the items that dropped until all the mobs are dead because I can't stop spinning. Without losing all my defenses. Okay. Yeah, accessibility features in games and on computers in general has really gone downhill in the last 6 or 7 years. It was terrible at the turn of the century. It got a lot better for about 10 years, and then everyone said, "Oh, we've done our work," and then stopped paying attention to it. So for example, the genuinely approachable Sudoku messages that get posted, I pull those out for recording the video, and I put them into what is effectively a reader tool, so to make them easier for me to read. So it puts them in a much an easier to read font and an easier to read style, so I can read them on camera. The problem is, half of the time the stuff when I put it into the reader stuff and I copy it in, half of it becomes unreadable because it tries to add, in order to make something readable, the tool is designed to try and add, and this is good because this is what makes something readable, the tool tries to add correct, not necessarily punctuation, but to a degree punctuation, but it tries to put line reads at the end of a sentence. It will put in a line break and things like that, so you get better document flow. But when they just literally will do no uppercase characters, no punctuation, no anything like that, the tool literally just treats it as a single sentence. And if they use all sorts of weird characters and it just doesn't cope. And it's just terrible. You end up with a whole bunch of weird, unusable nonsense. Have a good one, Heliopolis. I hope you enjoy. There's a shade. Let's head for it. So that medallion, the only good thing on it is resistances while channeling. It's only tier 1. And I didn't get it. Okay. But it's weird how much more gold I'm getting at this level. Like, just jumping to this, the amount of gold I'm getting seems to have more than doubled. So, yeah, this is where the game is tuned for. Very clearly. Before empowered monoliths, the game seems to be, we're going to give you the bare minimum required to get you to empowered monoliths, and now you can start playing, please. Leveling a little faster too.
Stand down or die.
But I'm doing better at these tier 100s than I thought I might. Lagon is still going to be the problem. I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to beat Lagon, even at 100. Just Corruption 100, I think Lagon is going to be an insta-death for me. Because you go above the resistance cap. And with all the extra mechanics in the fight, I'm just not going to be able to see anything. Okay. No. No. I keep forgetting the name of the timeline. But that's okay. I can check that by literally going map, end of time, fall of the outcasts. Wow, that's not a lot of jewelry stuff. Shade of Oribus, but at 150, which I'm not at. I don't know where these are. I should look those up. Let's do that just to complete it. What was the timeline I'm doing? See, I can't remember. Fall of the Outcasts. Then I might do Bloodsun. Yeah, let's claim that. I'm going to have to re-roll that. That's just terrible. Let's call that it. Okay, so now we want to go back to end of time, because the whole point is just to complete them for the rep. This is assuming, of course, I can actually kill the Shade of Oribus, for which there is absolutely no guarantee. What? What killed me? Literally, he is invisible. Like, I can only see him because of his health bar. So there's no telegraphing of what his ability is. What killed... Like... I have no idea what killed me there. Like, I can only see him because of his health bar. Like, I can see that. That's fine. I'm now not... I assume I got stunned. He goes up in the air, maybe? Okay, he does the growl and goes up in the air. That's what killed him. Okay. Purple on purple on purple. I can't see a fucking thing.
done. But what's of yours?
Okay. Stymied Fate. So it's Darkstride I'm after. Cycle of Putrescence, no. Tongue of the Aberrant Seer, no. Underclaw, no. So none of those were what I wanted. But I did kill him. Very hard for me to see what is going on here. So if I go Claw... That one is garbage. Yeah, just take the one with LP. Not that I think I need it, but...
Stand down or die.
It also feels like they tested this level more, because some of these procs seem to just happen more. Strength and all resistances while channeling are great. But damage while channeling and void damage are great as well. I don't think I'm going to be replacing my other one soon. A bunch of runes of discovery, so I did complete something. I am going to try and salvage that. Yeah, I got good out of that. I'm pretty happy with a lot of my items, actually. This is the thing. Don't think so. So that one. All resistances while channeling. Yeah, the one I've got's just good. But I am going to shatter that. Although it's got tier 4 all resistances while channeling. Let's go for it. Course, now it's got no... Damn it! But I did get all 4. That's an interesting looking belt, isn't it? But no. I like the belt I've got. For now. Moving right along. The mob's getting so much more health, like literally thousands of... Or, hundreds of % more health. And yet build still one-shot it when there's no... I don't understand the scaling. But we'll find out. Definitely not running the good items because I'm not at the difficulty to get the good items. Like, I'm not even at the difficulty to get the mid items that apparently I'm supposed to be running. You've got to get to corruption 150 before you can even get the mid-range items that the builds say that you want to get. Because, and this is the weird thing, the builds that Matt's Roll put together have all been put together by level 100 characters that have got like corruption 250 unlocked. so they can grind those items and have all the items they need. So they just have to test the builds. They don't have to try and get the items for the builds with the builds. Makes a huge difference. No, necrotic resistance. Oh no, I'm doing okay on resistances. It's poison that's my problem. Don't care about the shields, but it can't be perfect all the time. Actually, I should probably be moving on. I should have checked to see whether I could do the boss yet. Sorry, whether I can attempt the boss yet. Resistance as well, channeling and endurance. But again, not enough forging potential for me to boost that up. So let's see if I can get resistance as well, channeling off it. Let's try and use the rune of removal. I can get it. But... And now we drop that onto the ground. I love these ambush quests. I think it's a really cool concept that you go in expecting to, like, locate the gate, you get ambushed. It's like, defeat the ambush. It's like, I think that's a really cool concept. Ooh. That's pretty cool, but look what I'd have to give up for it. 4 slots. But 118% increased echo damage when a skill echoes, and 30% chance to increase time rot. Although I inflict time rot all the time in this build. So... don't care about a Shield of the Defender. I'm not going to pick you up. You look cool. I can't quite do the boss. I should have stayed in a little bit longer. Let's get some gold. Let's try and get some gold. Look at all those items. None of them are the type I want with the stats I want. Hey Ratfinks. I'm doing okay. Saw Wicked yesterday, which was a lot of fun. Been playing a couple of new games. One of which I think you would really enjoy. I'm just not streaming it, which is called Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, and one of which there is no way I'm ever going to stream, but I might record and post some videos of, which is a game I'm terrible at, and I would not enjoy streaming. Wicked was a lot of fun. It was the first time I'd ever seen it, and I will go back. Yeah, I didn't love it as much as many people I know did, but that's okay. But yes, I would definitely go back. It was interesting seeing it with my wife, who'd never seen Wizard of Oz. So she was seeing the show only knowing Wizard of Oz from memes. So she didn't know half of the context, which was really weird. I mean, I haven't seen Wizard of Oz in, like, 20 years. Yeah, we say that about all sorts of things, but, you know, it is weird, I get it, but it's just a thing. Let's try the Altar of Flesh, my first tier, my first empowered boss. Come on, where's the boss? %9 increased experience, up from 6. I will replace that. Thank you. She really enjoyed it. We're both thinking of going back. I will be going back before she is, almost certainly. So how did that do for XP and favour? Not as well as I might have thought. But yeah, we both really enjoyed it. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to do to relax. I've got a lot of puzzle stuff I need to do, but I just need my downtime. I need my silly fun as well, otherwise I'm just going to burn out. But Chicago opens in Melbourne in 13 days. Ow. And we will be there. Phil has been playing a lot of D4 and she got her first character to level 100 and she's almost completed all of the season achievements in Season 3. So she's really happy with that. When she's done that, we may play some of this together and we'll probably do that not on stream. So I probably won't stream that. Yeah. What else? As I said, I've been playing some Helldivers 2 and Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Helldivers 2, there's no way I could stream that. I might be able to record and post recordings, but I don't think I could stream it. And Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is kind of the same. I think I could stream Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, but it would be sort of a casual, I'm going to push on and play some of this for fun. What else has been going on?
Stand down or die.
Yeah, what else has been going on? I am taking a lot of damage at this difficulty. This is the bit where the game ended for me last time, where I just could not survive, even with everything being as good as I could make it. I'm doing better than I did last time, but... How long have I been playing? 2 hours, 20 minutes. I'll probably take a break soon. That one is not as good. I really need to do a session where I just sort through all of this stuff. That's just not going to be as good. Crit shot chance, mana, health regen, poison res, that just goes away. That just goes away. They just go away. That just goes away. Oh, what did you get? They have... Oh, has... Ow. Okay, so I can't stop to check. That has hybrid health on it, so I want to check those out. But I want to go... I hope you are happy with it, because that's the most important thing about tokens. So we're having another 40-degree day here. So the air conditioning is running incredibly hard. But the cool thing about it is, because it's a 40-degree day, the sun is running incredibly hard. So, the sun is paying for our air conditioning.
Stand down or die.
Awesome. Glad you are happy. I have 2. Do I even care about these unique items? Should I just start getting rid of them? I don't know. There's definitely ones I should hold on to. Oh. Okay, this one's going to hurt. Okay, I'm not going to be able to read chat for much because if I stand still in this dungeon, I'm just going to insta-die, so...
Stand down or die.
I will do my best, but...
Stand down or die.
I think these spires shoot too often. I mean, they're better than the dome effect in Diablo 4. Oh my god, they're better than the dome effect in Diablo 4. That thing is terrible. At least with this, you can keep pushing forward. Oh no, this is going to kill me. So this is one of those areas that I can't whirlwind into. So I have to turn my defenses off to progress. That's... okay. Now I just need to clean up so I can loot and get out of here. Okay, sorry about that. No, babble away. I know you're not a fan of this style of game, so thank you for being here. Torch of the Pontifex. I've got a few of those, I think. So let's get rid of... oh, I have 2 of those. And the one I already had is the best. So the new Torch of the Pontifex is a Torch of the Floor effect. Yeah, the bug where while you're whirlwinding, which in this build is when you have all your defences, you can't move into certain areas. So it's like, I need to move into this area to not die, but I can't move into that area with my defences up, which means that I have to turn my defences off to not be... Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, there's a couple of maps where I should report that as a bug. When I next encounter it, I'm going to try and remember to log a bug report. I'm definitely getting more gold now. So yeah, the gold drops have been tuned for doing this content. I think the gold pickup radius could be a little higher. Even just 10% I think would make a difference.
Stand down or die.
I'm cool with the click on things to pick them up. If you could click on them while you were actually, like in this build, while you were spinning. Like I'd always been, I'm cool with the click to pick up. But the click to pick up while in ability is not tuned correctly. But I'm getting good levels. So that's a...
Stand down or die.
Ooh, void penetration chart. Excellent. Getting good stuff. Necrotic resistance. It's a winged helm I want, though. Look at that weapon. That looks cool. I've got 2 of those. That one is better and has LP. You go away. I've got 2 of these. They've both got 1 LP, and one of them is significantly better. You go away. One has 2 LP. The other one goes away. You are trash. Any other duplicates in there? Yes. I really, really need to sort through this crap. Particularly this crap. I'm just having fun playing the game is the thing. I've got a bunch of paper. I should possibly have gone and get some. I just know Lagon is going to be the thing that means that I can't progress through the game anymore, the same way as it was last time, and I don't know what to do about it. Because there was, I think there were 2 or 3 fights that I just couldn't do, and I don't know if it was build related or what, but hopefully I'll be able to get enough levels in this that I can, I don't know. But I'm enjoying it at the moment. If the game has an end because I can't push far enough, then the game has an end. I don't think I'll be able to get to the point where I get the items that they consider to be early end game. because there'll be a couple of bosses I can't do because I just can't see what's going on.
Stand down or die.
Let's go get that chest. Nothing. Void pen health and hybrid health. Holy shit. I'm going to lose so much resistance. Oh, that's health and stun avoidance? That's not... No! Okay, sorry, I was just trying to figure out in my head what was going on there. That looks like it's a perfect item, but it's really not. It's close. Strength is good. Melee attack speed is good. Physical resistance... So I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put that back in and I'm going to shatter it. Okay, I can't actually forge that. I'm going to stick that in my stuff. I need to clear these out. Hey, Eric. I'm not seeing any shades in any direction. And this is leading me to items that I don't need. The necklace has really good stats on it, but I've got a necklace that I'm kind of dependent on at the moment. So when I'm less dependent on the one that I'm using, it's potentially going to be one that I will want to have. And this has been something I've been commenting on that I find very weird with how this game progresses, which is you get a really, really good item and then you can't use it because if you equip it, then your build stops working. And it's like, because you need to keep your defenses at a certain level. And it's like, it just feels weird. And to a degree unrewarding.
Stand down or die.
I'm sure it's confirmation bias, but it feels like I see those bow shards more than I see any other shard. Apart from possibly like resistances or main stats. And I've never played a bow build. Now, pick up the chest. I got a bear helmet. No way that's going to be as good. No, none at all. That's not as good either. Now, spend my point. Now, I did buy the 5th point in Blade Master. The next point I want is the 2nd point in Eternal Form. So I'm back to being a Void Knight. So this is going to be increasing my stuff again. More health. and my resistances are going to go up. Okay, this will make it easier as I get more levels now for me to be able to actually equip good items. And this is the thing. Over the next 10 levels, 10 levels, these resistances are going to go up by, a lot of these resistances are going to go up quite significantly. So what that's going to mean is I'm going to need less gear to do it, which is why I feel that this build is basically, they put it together with a level 100 character, so they didn't need to focus on any of these resistances, but I need to. Now, the other thing I want to do is I'm getting closer. So it's been 3 solid sessions to try and get from 5. I reckon it's 4 sessions of play. So it's about 10 hours to get from 5 to 6. And then I reckon it'll be double that to get from 6 to 7. Which is a real shame because 6 is great. 7 is even better. And then 8 is like, yeah, just way too slow. But anyway, visit the observatory. I should go have some lunch. I haven't even had breakfast today, and it's 1 p.m. And I really should reach out to Maggie and find out, considering the heat, whether she wants to come here tonight. Now, what am I going to be doing? Now, I'm currently doing the Black Sun. Stolen Lance, Bloodfrost, Ending the Storm. They're likely to be next. But I'm not going to be doing it at 120 corruption. I'll pick that one up. Why not? Don't even care what the reward is. $140 corruption. Death of rare enemy. I'm doing this for, like, that burnt a lot of favour, but I'm doing it mostly because I'm not doing it for the rewards. I don't give a damn about the rewards. Because I feel the rewards are kind of just out of reach. I'm just doing it to trigger them to try and get... I need to look up where these are. That will hopefully remind me to check where it is. I've already done Fall of the Outcasts. Let's do that. So where is Sanctum of the Architect? So, last Epoch, Sanctum of the Architect. Because everyone is going to be asking for this. So, Divine Era, Isle of Storms. Yeah, I've got to go up there. And who do I have to kill? I'm not going to do Lagon. Ever since I picked this up, I don't think I've seen a single diamond matron. I've got to kill 21 of them. I've had it for 5 or 6 sessions. I've not seen a single one. remember this level. Yeah. And of course this will be a face roll because I'm out leveling this like crazy. I mean, it should be a face roll.
Stand down or die.
I shouldn't see a single item here. Yep, Temple Depths, that's next. After I do this, I'm definitely going to go get food. What? No. Nope, but that has ranks of anomaly. It's even got 3 ranks of anomaly. So let's try that. Nope. Again. Got it.
Stand down or die.
Wait, hang on. What just happened there? Okay. Sanctum of the Architect. It's time to fight the Architect.
I swear my armor is going to start to rust at this point.
Unpredictable.
There you go. That was a lot of items.
To protect everyone.
Nope. 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 There you go. Got it. And that got me a little bit more progress, so I'm getting closer. But I am going to... I'm just going to log off. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Retfix. Thank you, Eric. Thank you... who was... There was someone here earlier. Heliopolix. Thank you, Heliopolix. Really do appreciate it. It's always good to have company while I'm playing. As I said, I may consider doing some recording of games like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor and Helldivers 2, and posting those as videos rather than streaming, though I may stream some Deep Rock Galactic Survivor 2, partly because I think Ratfix would enjoy it, but because it's just a lot of silly fun. But I'm not going to be streaming my entire journey of that game because I've already played a lot of it. But it is a lot of fun. It is just a lot of silly fun to do that game, but I can't read chat while playing that game. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will probably be back to play more of this today, but we will see how that goes. I may end up playing something with someone else. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. Thank you everyone, and as always, good luck with your battles through time. Bye all.